Okay, so now we're going to learn how to multiply. I'm going to multiply to begin with a binomial with a binomial, right? 2 terms times 2 terms. But I'm also going to multiply a binomial with a trinomial, right? We talked about the names before. So let's see. Question number 14. What I'm going to do, we know how to do the distributive property, right? So I'm going to multiply 2x, the term 2x, I'm going to distribute it to the second parentheses. Now 2x times 5x, that's going to give me 10x squared. Remember the rules in multiplication. Well, 2 times 5 is just 10. But x times x, we just add the exponents. It was basically x to the 1 with x to the 1. So I called it x to the second. I added the exponents. Now 2x times 6, that's going to give me 12x. 2 times 6 is 12. And then only one of them had a letter, so I just copied the x. Now, let me distribute the negative 8. Negative 8 times 5x is going to give me negative 40x. And negative 8 times 6 is going to give me negative 48. So first of all, I distribute the 2x, then I distribute the negative 8, and now I'm going to combine like terms. The highest exponent is to the second, so 10x to the second, then 12x minus 40x. 12 minus 40 is a negative 28. So let me call that minus 28x. And then minus 48. That's it. Take a look at question number 15. Let me distribute 5a. So 5a times 3a is going to give me 15a to the second. Don't forget to add the exponents. 5a times 2, that's going to give me 10a. Now let me distribute the negative 1. Negative 1 times 3a is negative 3a. Negative 1 times 2 is the negative 2. Now I'm going to combine like terms. The highest exponent that I see is 15a to the second. Then 10a minus 3a, that gives me 7a. And then the minus 2 at the end. I cannot combine the 15a squared plus 7a, even though they're both a. One of them is a squared and the other one's just a. So they're not the same letter. All right, let's take a look at number 16. Let me distribute 3x. I'm going to use blue this time to not get confused. So 3x times 8x squared, that's going to give me 24x to the third. Right, 3 times 8, it's 24. Notice I added the exponents of my x. That's why I got x to the third. And then 3x times 1x, that's going to give me positive 3x squared. And then 3x times a negative 1 is going to give me negative 3x. Okay, so I distribute the 3x. Now let me distribute this negative 2. Negative 2 times 8x squared, it's going to give me negative 16x squared. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And then negative 2 times a negative 1 is positive 2. All right, so let me combine like terms. The highest exponent is x to the third. So 24x to the third. Cross it out. Then x to the second, I see 3 minus 16. So let me call that minus 13x to the second. And then x to the 1, I see negative 3 and a negative 2. So I'm going to call that minus 5x. Remember, same sign, negatives, same sign, add the numbers, keep the sign. And then there's a plus 2 at the very end. Right, number 17. Let me distribute the k. K times k squared gives me k to the third. K times K gives me K to the second. K times a negative 3 gives me negative 3K. Now let me distribute the 5. 5 times K squared is going to give me 5K squared. 5 times K and then give me 5K. And then 5 times a negative 3 is going to give me negative 15. My highest exponent is K to the third. Cross it out because I already used it. Then K to the second, I see 1 plus 5. So I'm going to call that 6K to the second. And then K to the 1, I see a negative 3 plus 5. I'm going to call that positive 2K. Signs were different, so I subtracted, keep the sign of the large one. And at the end, I see a minus 15. Now, the last two are going to be a little special. Okay, so let's take a look. You guys will see why I call them special. So number 18. First of all, let me distribute the 6p. 6p times 6p, that's going to give me 36p squared. 6p times 1 is going to give me 6p. Now let me distribute the negative 1. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6p. Negative 1 times 1 is a negative 1. Let me combine my like terms. The highest exponent is p squared, so 36p squared. Then when it comes to p's, I see 6 minus 6. Right, 6 minus 6 is 0. So do me a favor, do not write the p by itself, because otherwise you're telling me that 6 minus 6 is 1, right? So instead, don't write anything. 6p minus 6p is 0p. Basically, it cancels out. That's why it's special, because there's not going to be a p. And then at the end, I see a minus 1. So 36p squared minus 1. Now, question number 19. I see an exponent of 2. What I'm going to ask you in this one, literally write the parentheses twice. So you're going to go 4m plus 3 twice. When you see that exponent outside of the parentheses, literally write the parentheses twice. Now let me distribute. 4m times 4m, 16m to the second. 4m times 3, 12m. Then let me distribute the 3. 3 times 4m, that's going to give me 12m. And then 3 times 3, it's going to give me 9. When I combine my like terms, it's going to get 16m squared plus 24m plus 9. A common mistake, people just distribute the 2. And people get 16m squared plus 9, but that is not correct. So do not get confused. Instead, write the parentheses twice.